This is Stephen Jackson, Unit 5, Injury in Sport, Task 4, Rules, Regulations and Legislation. So for P5 criteria, you need to describe 4 rules, regulations and legislations relating to health, safety and injury in sports participation. So first of all, Stephen, can you talk me through your first legislation?
The health and safety.
Could you speak a little bit louder, please?
Okay. The health and safety first aid regulations of
Right.
1981. And what that is basically is in a workplace or any workplace, they need to have the basic health and safety rules and regulations, i.e. first aid box, first aiders to be there for if someone gets injured during that workplace.
And have you got any more information on that act?
There is like general duties that the main health and safety legislation that get passed out, and then the employers must carry them general duties out throughout the work.
Got any examples to give?
Like for instance, at a swimming pool, they need to make sure everything's safe, like no slippery floors or liquid.
Good, so you talked briefly about slippery floors. So if you're relating it to sports participation, can you think of an example where that might be?
Like a wet pitch sort of thing.
So you said about swimming pools,
Yeah.
so what else about swimming pools what would cover that act?
The cosh.
So you talked about a wet floor
Yeah.
as health and safety, so it's someone's duty to, like, what other duties or responsibilities would they have at a swimming pool, so do you think?
Diving.
So if someone's diving, who needs to be outside watching?
The lifeguard.
So how does that relate to health and safety?
See if the person can swim or if they're struggling swimming.
So what about, so the act, what's the act? So the Health and Safety at Work Act.
Yeah.
So it might be somebody's responsibility to be there. So it's a legal.
Requirements.
Good, so a legal requirement. Good, well done. Right, next one.
The COSH 2002 Act.
So what does COSH stand for?
I'm not sure.
Can you remember? Have you got it written down?
I don't think so. No. Not on there.
Remember control of.
Substances. Hazardous to health.
Good, so what's COSH then?
Chemicals.
No, so come on, tell me what it is. So what does COSH stand for?
Chemicals.
No, control, go on, you know it.
Control of substances hazardous to health.
Yeah, excellent. So control of substance hazardous to health. Well done. Right, so information about that.
As an employee, you need to make sure of the chemical substances that you're using. I.e., if you're in like a school or a college and you're working in the science department, all the chemicals that could hurt the participants or the students during that college.
So it must be stored correctly. Good.
Yeah.
Right, so if you had to link that to sport, so say if we used a swimming pool again, how would COSH link in there?
Like, for instance, the chemical that they put in the water. I don't know what the chemical's called. But
So chlorine.
chlorine.
Yeah.
The chlorine that they put in the swimming pool, it needs to be like a certain amount that they put in, because if they put too much in, the swimmers that go in there they could get affected by that.
Good. So how do they do that then?
By getting the appropriate workers in to
And by.
control substances.
Good. Yep. Right. Next one.
The next one is the Safety of Sports Grounds Act of 1975.
Yep.
And that is basically a sports ground that has got seats or stands for sports to stand in. You need to make sure that they follow this act in order to make sure that fans in sports fans are really safe in that stadium whilst they're there.
Good. And examples and how they make it, how that app makes it safe.
Like, they make
What do you think?
fire extinguishers.
Yeah. So making sure that there's appropriate fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
What else?
Fire exits,
Good.
so they can vacate if they need to.
Well done. Any final one?
The Children Act of 2004.
Good.
And this is just to make sure that if, like for instance, if college is working with young children, they need to make sure that whoever's teaching them need to have a CRB check, a criminal record bureau.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they need to make sure they haven't got, if they haven't got one of them, it's okay for them to work. And if they have got one, then obviously they can't work with young children. children.
So if they haven't got one, they're not allowed at all?
Yeah.
Good, yeah?
And then you just need to make sure that the child is safe, enjoys what he's doing at college, and then check for any signs of bullying and stuff like that.
Excellent, well done.